It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is...
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Hurts throwing right away. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Hurts. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Hurts sets up to throw it. Buying time to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of the game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now it's Martin. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Tua going to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get. Taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 6. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second and goal from inside the 5. And they'll run again. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt? Turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 85 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still first down.
On play action, here's Tua. That is incomplete. The Buccaneers have 8-1 on the year. They come in here hot. I mean, over the last 9, Charles, they are 8-1.
And that record, the way that they're playing, they've proven to me, and I think anyone else in the league, that they're able to go toe-to-toe with anyone, and they look forward to the challenge.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
On the option to give to Swift here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked #9 in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, he had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. And it's caught on the right side at Smith. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there? Almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
A 39-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and they are on the board but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bucs ready to take over once again. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Tua's throw taken in by Collins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's a good playing defense in this one. There's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him early. They should have done otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And he bats it away, and it falls down.
That's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting. By any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Now Tua. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there. Perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot in the end zone. They went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Tua. And that will be incomplete. 4th down now leading after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but it's going to be second down.
25-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Martin, the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Looking to pass. Tua. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're done on different levels. But I also don't advocate waiting that long next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself to the point where he's going to get a second here.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Nico Collins with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bucs go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Koo knocks this one through the post. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be...
There he goes, left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Hands it off out of the gun. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Otten brings it in over the middle. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Some pressure was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
3rd and 9 here. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And his effort won't be enough as they run it up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Tua on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. DeAndre Swift. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. Now Hurts on the option right. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Hurts will throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's about as good as a linebacker can diagnose that play, isn't it?
It certainly is, and what he did really well is that while he was diagnosing, he got his feet in motion without actually going anywhere and taking a false step that he had to make up later. He read it, got his feet in motion, and then he just took off and made the play.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
108 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Right back to him on first down. He's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are able to stretch out their lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, it's Hurts. He finds his man, complete. It's Schaefer. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
But first down, Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
2nd down, here's Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. Touchdown, Philadelphia! DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by and things get a little more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. So a 2nd NFL interception for him, and he is looking the part here in year 1.
And normally, partner, you talk about cornerbacks and safeties being the ball hawk type of guys, and they always will be because they'll get more opportunities. This young man has potential to be a ball hawk from the linebacker position. I think that's why he was drafted as high as he was, and he'll stay on the field on most downs.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Swift again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. Hurts. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. a sack back at the 7. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Koo knocks this one through the post. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good, too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Dancing to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there. In this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. This is taken at the 10. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
The way with the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be... downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
Meanwhile, to his throat. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here's Hurts to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Had no command that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And the question now, can they get closer on 3rd down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 141 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Throwing is Hurts. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play?
And he's going to go down again. Yaya Diaby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here we go. This is 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
No leakage up front. Running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
to run for it here. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Down to an knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it.
Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was a game where they got out to a pretty good size lead, and then they had to hang on for dear life at the end.
Not exactly how you would draw it up. You would continue to score and find ways to keep your lead pretty well throughout the game. But they did find a way to win, as you noted. Hung on at the end as the big rush came at them. Fortunately enough, they put enough points on the board to have enough of a cushion that